violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
5 News at noon. Atlanta police working to find the shooter in a shooting near the Fulton County Courthouse. Sky Fox 5 over that scene this morning on Alabama Street and Pryor Street.
Wow, so they have a shooting at a Fulton County Courthouse, or near a Fulton County Courthouse, right outside of it, actually. I mean, you can't get more brazen than that. So, theoretically, this person, if they get caught, they're shooting outside of the courthouse that they're going to have to go and face a judge in and get sentenced in. It's the irony of it all, man. But, wow. This is how much Atlanta has become or devolved into demon time. And this is why Buckhead wants to secede from the city of Atlanta.
Detectives have not released many details about what exactly happened. We're going to bring you more details as we learn more.
Well, 2 mothers are desperate for witnesses to come forward tonight to help police solve their son's murder cases. Atlanta police said the 2 teens were ambushed after getting dropped off at a party more than a year ago. 2 other teens were also shot. Fox 5's Brian Hill has more.
Wow. So 2 years ago, a party occurred and these teens were ambushed, and they still have no suspects. Even though it was a party and everybody pretty much saw it go down, they still weren't able to get any type of witnesses to give an accurate enough description of what's going down, who this may have been. You know, maybe the friends are staying silent. But it's so many cold cases like this in the community. It just makes you think. It makes you think, like, what damage is this no snitching thing really doing?
These mothers are frustrated knowing that their son's murderer hasn't been charged in this case. One of them tells me she needs someone to come forward so they can all finally sleep at night and have peace of mind.
It's gonna be all right.
An emotional embrace Tuesday afternoon between these 2 heartbroken mothers. It was in this spot where more than a year ago their 2 sons were murdered.
I don't know what to feel. Like, I'm numb. I'm hurt. I'm angry.
It was here on Sunset Avenue near Leicester Street where Atlanta police found 2 best friends, Razion Boyd and Deshaun Clark, shot dead in the street.
Wow. 2 best friends, Razion and Deshaun. They got caught lacking. That's what it looks like, honestly. They got caught lacking.
This was in July of 2020.
I don't even have a clue what would lead up to someone wanting to take another child's life. They all was kids. I don't get it. There's nothing that could have made another kid so angry to want to take another child's life.
And I think what a lot of these sisters don't understand is these guys are in some real beefs. It could have been internet. It could have been whatever. But the talking back and forth, the taunting, the threats of violence. Now, if your son or, you know, your family member threatened to kill somebody, now that person has to, in the streets, they have to take that as a credible threat, or, you know, they'll be the ones to end up the same way. So, you know, maybe if they didn't catch them lacking, you know, Razion and Rashawn might have caught the other guys lacking. Who knows? Hopefully they weren't involved in that kind of jazz, but you know, you never know with these stories.
Boyd was 18 and Clark 19. Investigators tell Fox 5 News 4 friends went to a party here in Northwest Atlanta that night. When they got out of their ride share, police tell us at least 2 people started shooting at them from across the street.
It doesn't go away. The pain don't go away.
Boyd's mother says they're frustrated knowing that police haven't been able to arrest anyone for 2 senseless murders.
We just want answers. We just want justice for the same thing. We want the same justice that they serving for everybody else. And my son matter too. Deshaun Clark matter too.
So what she doesn't understand is there are a lot of cases just like, you know, her sons and Rayzion's that aren't getting solved in the community because of the no snitch policy and just because, you know, a lot of these dudes are thorough, you know. Not all of them, a lot, you know, some of them moving hella sloppy, but some of these guys are thorough and they've done it before and they know how to get away with it.
Deion Boyd, they matter to us.
Boyd's mother says Motown Records had just signed the 18-year-old when he was murdered. Nearly a year and a half after this crime, loved ones put down teddy bears and candles where the teens took their last breath.
So he got signed by Motown Records, which means he was a rapper. Maybe he was involved in some type of beef and, you know, dissing on the track. Who knows? It's very unfortunate, but this is kind of the formula of a lot of these, you know, SoundCloud rappers and newly signed major record label rappers.
They hope this serves as a reminder to anyone driving by that these 2 promising lives mattered.
I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't wish this pain on no mother, no parent. I just,
you know, and he said these 2 promising lives mattered. If they start using the Black Lives Matter phraseology for, you know, some of these black on black murders, maybe then we'll be able to get a message out instead of, you know, these 2 young lives matter or whatever he said. Maybe we'll be able to get a message out if we start saying, hey, Black Lives Matter when it comes to these situations too.
don't wish it on nobody.
If you know anything about what happened that July night, take action and call Crime Stoppers. Brian Hill, Fox 5 News.
The family of a woman whose body was found in Northwest Atlanta is opening up about the nightmare that they're now living. They say 30-year-old Jamisha Trammell was joyful and optimistic. She leaves behind 3 young children. Newshead reporter Janice Hughes spoke with her family.
New day, new energy, baby.
Jamisha Trammell would often record videos like this one and post them on social media. They were messages of positivity and love.
Pray about it, leave it in God's hand, and go on about your day.
Her family says it's difficult to understand how someone like this became the victim of a violent crime.
She was funny. She was spiritual.
Her mother, Shauna Brown, says the disbelief has now turned into anger.
Man, these sisters, they are a target. They are the victims in a lot of these stories that we do over here on this channel. Like they said, she's spiritual, she's positive. But, you know, ending up dealing with a Pookie maybe, and things go left. Or maybe, you know, she was just unlucky. Maybe it was random. Maybe she didn't know the guy who took her life. But we can pretty much assume that it was a Pookie. I'm just gonna go because that's usually the demo. Okay, that's usually, those are the guys who are doing things like this, honestly. And it's sad. You know, I keep bringing up that lawyer in Atlanta because that one was the one that stood out to me. You know, we got a lot of sisters who are on a good path, promising trajectories, and they cross paths with the wrong dude. You know, look at that story that I did on the guy who's shooting in the movie theater in Buckhead. Dog. Like, this dude is shooting in the movie theater, and then the woman that he's with is leaving with him like everything's good, like nothing happened. So if you are a sister and you are dealing with a guy who's kind of sketchy and he has random violent outbreaks or outbursts, especially involving firearms, you better get your behind out the situation. Not saying that this is what happened to her, but you know, more often than not, that's pretty much the situation.
After I done birthed her and raised her up, stood by her side all these years, and somebody took my baby. Somebody took my baby, and you know who you are.
According to Atlanta police, the body of Trammell was found in the woods near Tiger Flowers Drive and Crocus Avenue Thursday afternoon. Her family tells us she'd been shot. Authorities have not released any information about the person who killed her. This close-knit family knew something was wrong before they even got the news from authorities.
We took it upon ourselves, and we just piled up in the car and went to Atlanta and just started searching, looking around, asking questions.
Trammell leaves behind 3 young children who are now trying to understand why their mother won't be coming home.
Wow. Atlanta is on demon time, guys. She leaves 3 kids behind. Now grandma got to raise the kids. Atlanta is on demon time.
I want my mama.
Come on.
She been good to us. I miss my mama, and I really want her to come back with us.
The family says they're not sure what life will look like without her, but they want this to be a reminder for others to always cherish your loved ones.
My last time I talked to my daughter was Wednesday night. And I ain't gonna never get a chance to see my child again as long as I live.
You know, you can tell that household was filled with a lot of love. It's hurtful, you know, and these are the situations that need to be highlighted because this is what is affecting real black people. Y'all want to talk about trauma from slavery? What about the trauma from these dudes in the streets running wild, shooting women and children, shooting random guys who they have a disagreement with? You know?
And that's the most hurting feeling in this world right now. And it truly is just killing me right now.
The family wants the person responsible for her death to turn themselves in, and they're also urging anyone with information to please contact Atlanta police. Now, if you'd like to help the family out, you can find out how to do so on our website, fox5atlanta.com. Jada Sue, Fox 5 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.